Hey, it's Tim.
And it's Amy from Go With Less. In today's video, we're going to be showing you all about our Cinque Terre trip. We spent 2 nights in the beginning of July in this beautiful part of the world, and we can't wait to show it to you. We're going to show you the hotel where we stayed because we loved it. We're going to show you where we went both nights for dinner because we liked it so much we went back the second night. We're going to show you all about the walking trail in each one of the 5 little towns that make up Cinque Terre. And lastly, we're going to give you all of our tips for the walking and for the train. So I hope that you'll watch the whole thing.
We come out with a new video every Wednesday. If you're new to our channel, please be sure and hit the subscribe button. Also ring the little bell so you're notified when we come out with a new video. Please be sure to give us a thumbs up. And with that, let's get going.
We booked 2 nights at a small hotel in Monterosso. The property only has 6 different rooms for couples. It was a real nice place to stay. We loved it.
As we're walking up from the train station, Amy actually notices the entrance from the pictures on Airbnb. I didn't, but she found it. This is our room. It was the smallest room they have in the property, but a perfect size for the 2 of us.
Yeah, it cost $320 for both of us for the total 2 nights, and our rate included this really wonderful breakfast. What you're seeing here in a second is some cantaloupe, is some melon that was so perfect. It was in just season and it was amazing.
They also had meat and cheese and some bread, some pastries, as well as eggs cooked to order.
You're going to see the owner here, Giovanni. Giovanni and his wife run the little hotel, and he makes eggs cooked to order. You're going to meet him, as I mentioned, just in a second. But he grew up just down the street. He's lived here his entire life. How cool is that? Buongiorno, Giovanni.
Buongiorno, how are you?
Here we come to the patio. It's so beautiful. This was a really nice place and a way to start our day.
We had a great view from the patio, also a great place to have the breakfast. There's enough room for all of us, anybody that's staying at the hotel, to be out there on this patio. It was lovely.
The link is in the description, so check it out. Let's talk food. We had 2 dinners in Cinque Terre and spent both of them at San Martino in Monterosso. It was a small family-owned business and very, very affordable with unbelievably delicious food, which is why we went twice.
We had great pasta, great seafood, a little bit of wine the first night. This place was incredible and very affordable.
Pesto is a specialty of the region. It's a little bit different than what you may be used to. It's sweeter. It's a different kind of a basil and absolute heaven. They don't serve any dessert, so the owner walked us over to her favorite gelateria so we could get a little dessert, and how sweet that she walked us over. The next night we returned, and this is what Tim ordered. Yum. Ravioli bolognese.
Delicious.
I had the pesto pasta again because it was awesome. Today we're going to try to do all 5 towns of Cinque Terre. We only have 2 nights here. We got in yesterday evening. We're leaving tomorrow kind of midday. So this is our only day to go explore. We're going to, like I said, try to get to all 5 and bring you along with us.
We started our hike at 11 a.m. It's about 11:25. We think it's a 2-hour hike to get from Monterosso, which is the village where we're staying, to get to the next village. And It is challenging, so we are walking up, 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 and up, and it's a little more than what we were expecting. They said it was an intermediate trail, so we'll go with intermediate for sure.
Yeah, there's kind of narrow pathways and it's all steps on the way up. So we did need to buy a trekking pass for the day. Thankfully, our hotel had a discount rate we were able to use, so it was only €2 per person, but normally it's $7.50 per person. And we did get our passes checked, and if you didn't have a pass, you had to pay with cash. So make sure you bring some cash and a lot of water on this hike. It's not so crowded, so it's a Monday morning. I think Tim might have mentioned that. We started at 11. There's plenty of people, but it's not so crazy. And as you're going up, 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 you're kind of coming off to these little shady inlets to get a little
And it's
catch
not
your
so
breath.
hot today, so thank goodness it's not so hot.
But it is still really hot.
It is hot. We think we're a little more than halfway. Our next town is Vernaza. Again, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but here it is. We made it to Vernaza, so this is only the first of the legs of the journey. If you wanted to walk from each village to each village, it would take you a complete day. It took us about 2 hours to make this walk, and if you see any pictures of us, we are both beet red in the pictures. It was really hot, it's very humid. If you decide to make this walk, you want to make sure that you bring water. Also, there are toll booths at the beginning and at the end, so no matter how you do the walk, you want to make sure that you are prepared either with a ticket or prepared with cash to pay the toll, which is I think €7.50 to make per person for the trip. And so it was, how long was it in kilometers?
I don't know, but it was so much up and so much down. So you're going to want to wear your absolute best walking shoes for this, and any kind of like sportswear. This is like a hard exercise. Also, there are so when Tim mentions bring your water, because there is zero water on the trail.
No bathrooms either, no place to use the toilet.
No food. Yeah, there's no services whatsoever. So it's 2 hours of intense up and down and like hard exercise. It was definitely worth doing. The views were beautiful, but I think that and when Tim says that we only did one leg, I think we did the hardest leg. So we've looked at the maps, and this is I think the most ups. It is the up and down that was so hard. It wasn't the distance isn't hard in any way. It's just all those ups and downs, especially when it's hot and humid here in July. Now what we're going to show you is Vernaza on a Monday at 1 o'clock. It's busy, but it is high season, so it's busy enough that we're going to make sure we show you kind of the crowds.
We took the train to Cornelio from the last village we were in, so this makes number 3, and it was about 4 or 5 minutes, and it was €4 for the train ride. Online, it was I think $3 I saw to purchase a ticket, and you could purchase a day ticket for 12 to 14 euro. So it's probably a good idea to buy the train ticket, but we thought if we showed up at the station, it might somehow be cheaper. We were wrong. But thank God we took the train because it's another hour to walk from the last village to this one, and so we are, I think, done with our hikes for today. Now that we're here, we have to hike up another set of steps. I think there's a bus that takes you up, but this one's like high on a cliff, and so we're going to climb up, and we will do a little more walking here. But at least we got a little reprieve on the train we took. You're always cute. This is village number 4 here at Cinque Terre, which is Monterolo. I've had this screensaver, a shot from this village as my screensaver for the past, since we booked the trip, so for the past 8 months. And we're excited to be here. So we were considering hiking from village to village to village. I think we might have said this before. But when we get off the train, there is hiking just from the train. The last village we were in, there was a considerable amount of hiking. So even if you plan to take just the train from village to village to village, you need to be prepared for walking, and quite a bit of walking, even if you don't just trek between the villages.
We've already taken the Cinque Terre local train. This is our 4th time. Just a little bit about that. It has run pretty close to on time, maybe on time to 3 or 4 minutes late, so pretty timely. It can be pretty crowded. We're here in the morning, we're the only ones in the car. But in the afternoon, it's standing room only. It is very crowded. Thankfully, it's also air conditioned. Number 3, as of July 2019, if you buy a ticket at the train station, it is €4 each time you get on. So it doesn't matter where we got off in Cinque Terre, €4 still. You can buy a day pass that includes the entire day for, was it 16, I think it was, 14 or 16, and you couldn't buy that at the ticket station that we were at. So there are some funny things with that. Consider buying it online if you're going to be taking the train. But the train was a real easy thing to be doing. It ran every 20 or 30 minutes, and it was a nice way to get between the towns. Our train out of Cinque Terre leaves at 1 in the afternoon, so we called it a day yesterday after the 4th city. We were wiped out. We walked more than 9 miles. We walked up more than 120 flights during all that, and we had a wonderful day, but my feet were really angry with me. So we decided to come back and just take a train trip to the last town for the last day. I think it's Rio Maggiore. So we have maybe half an hour, 60 minutes to spend in the town, and then we're gonna head right back and go home, not go home, we're heading off to Milan after this. So a couple little suggestions. Number 1, start your day early. We started at 11 o'clock in the summer. That was way too late. It was way too hot, and that really factored in. Number 2, which we've already said, bring a lot of water. Maybe consider bringing some food. Definitely go see all 5 towns. We haven't seen the 5th one, but many of our friends have been there and say that it's wonderful, and maybe their favorite. So we don't have a favorite. They're all beautiful and they're all worth doing, but they are all a climb up. So they're, in addition to the walking, it is completely fine if you want to take the train from place to place to place. You'll still get your exercise even if you don't do all the hiking.
Esperen, solo quiero ver eso.
Ya, te volteas para sacar la foto y nos vamos a ir, vamos rápido.
We had a fantastic time in Cinque Terre. That was only 2 nights, but we would recommend it big time. It is absolutely beautiful, and even though it's very crowded, still a very, very big item to put on your bucket list.
This is one of the most beautiful parts of the world that we have ever seen. While we were in Cinque Terre, Tim would say that it looked like the whole town was painted with the same color palette. It was just gorgeous. Every single place that you turned, every alley and every stairway that you looked up or down was perfection, and the sea was along all of it. Just a beautiful, beautiful place to go. I hope that you will get there someday in your life if you haven't already been.
Cinque Terre was absolutely gorgeous. Our only regret is that we didn't stick around for another day so that we could have made our way to the beach. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching our video today. Please be sure and give us a thumbs up. Also ring that bell when you subscribe to make sure that you're notified when we come out with new videos. Hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday.
Arrivederci!